What is opening this week? Brought to you by our friends at AMC Theaters. There's a few films opening up today. We're going to talk about one in particular. I wonder why. Natasha, which one are we talking about?
Opening this weekend is 999, directed by John Hillcoat. Scripted by Matt Cook, the story centers on a crew of dirty cops who are blackmailed by the Russian mob to execute a virtually impossible heist. The only way to pull it off is to manufacture a 999, the police code for Officer Down. Their plan is turned upside down when the unsuspecting rookie they set up to die foils the attack, triggering a breakneck, action-packed finale filled with double crosses, greed, and revenge. 999 stars Casey Affleck, Woody Harrelson, Kate Winslet, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Anthony Mackie, Gal Gadot, Norman Reedus, Aaron Paul, Teresa Palmer, and Clifton Collins Jr.
I love Clifton Collins Jr., by the way. I always get excited when I see him pop up and things. John, this was a movie that when the trailer came out a number of months ago, just caught me by surprise. And it instantly hit my top 10 favorite trailers of the year list. I believe it made our list for top 10 trailers
Certainly
of the year.
did.
And it instantly went into my personal top 10 most anticipated films of 2016 as well. And then especially when you look down this cast, and then especially when you look at, oh my God, it's directed by the guy who did The Road, and it's directed by the guy who did Lawless, and it's directed, like, talk to us a little bit. For those who don't know much about this film yet, what is 999?
Well, it's a code for Officer Down, and basically Matt Cook, who wrote it, is ex-military. He has friends that were cops that told him about this code, and that's how he came up with this idea.
Now, you work with a massive ensemble cast in this movie, like huge. The names we just read are all uber talented, but you're no stranger to working with hyper talented casts. I mean, we mentioned
I've been very lucky.
You've been very lucky. What is it like? Like, how does it differ from you? Because you've directed smaller, more independent films. You've directed these films with this incredible cast. What different approach do you need to take, or do you have any different approach than you walk onto a set with a group of unknown actors compared to walk on a set with like a perpetual current all-star list of actors?
Oh no, I take a similar approach to both.
Right.
It's whatever gets them there. You know, they have to deliver the goods, and that's a huge task, whether they're unknown or known. It's a huge, you know, responsibility. So I just try and help them get there.
I had a good question for you. Well, I don't know if it's good. You tell me. Seeing the trailer, there's so much dynamism and like the way that you actually film things, all the way back from the proposition when like you kind of introduce the starkness and you're in for a heady trip when that Aborigines head explodes. You're like, this is going to be a dark film. Like you have a lot of your films have this really heavy like reality, you know, like the violence is real. It's not like cartoony violence. How did you approach this film? Because watching this trailer, it's so exciting and visceral and scary and dangerous. When you approached it and you had the script, what made you like those just the scenes of the freeway with the red smoke? Everything is so visceral. How do you approach that? Do you storyboard it? What goes on in your mind before you film it?
Well, you know, I wanted to make this gritty and real because I think this genre has been very unreal in recent times, and so I do a lot of research. That's a key. I wanted it like a matter-of-fact look at how the American streets are right now, you know, and so it takes research, it takes a lot of prep, a storyboard. I never you know, the storyboards are just a process of preparation. I don't have to I feel like I don't have to stick by them, you know, to be open to new possibilities, but a lot of prep, basically.
How many octopi are we looking at? Actually, I do have a question based on
callback 9.
Based on that's callback 9. Because you're talking about doing extensive research, and when you're dealing with a film that has a lot of dirty cops and has some mob ties, do you have to actually work with real-life nefarious characters in order to get that sense of authenticity? If you're talking about pulling off a heist or double-crossing somebody, are you working with some scumbags here?
All the time.
I mean, besides right now.
Working in Hollywood. No. Seriously though, yes, we work with, you know, we've worked with ex-gang members, with we had on-set, you know, gang unit guys in front of the camera, behind the camera, talk to the FBI. Which ones were scumbags? I'll leave to your imagination. But we, you know, I wanted to actually just be, you know, matter of fact and truthful about it. So I did talk to all those people.
I have an insightful and brilliant question to one of Jeanette there. No, one of the great things, the many great things in a lot of your movies is, what I have found anyway, my observation is that a lot of movies have violence for excitement. Whenever there's violence in your films, and there's been some heavy violence in your films, it always feels like it's there to further the narrative. It's there to put the audience member in a place that helps the story move along. Is that something you do by design, or is that just the way it kind of unfolds for you?
That's what I do by design. I think also that I think good actors appreciate that, because it's more about their character choices as opposed to them just creating something just for the fireworks.
Right.
So when they know that their character is actually triggering something and then has to deal with whatever they triggered, for an actor, that's a very juicy proposition, So I think, there's. I also think I like those sort of films where you're so immersed in the world, you totally buy it, and there is an unexpected, chaotic element to violence that I kind of like to nurture.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.